Good morning, everybody. Did you really have nothing else to do this morning? Was there nothing else on your program, like maybe going to the gym or doing a bit of decoupaging? I'm really happy to see you and welcome you into this place with a privileged and a joyful heart. This concert that we have put together in celebration of Her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II's life is something that is very close to my heart. Perhaps because many years ago when I moved to Somerset West, the second time of course because I had grown up there, when I moved there 8 years ago, it was the kickstart of my so-called musical career. On one occasion when the Queen turned 90 years of age, I wanted to check out the Somerset West community and decided to have a party concert for the Queen. Cucumber sandwiches and all. I thought that perhaps 60 people would come, so I printed 30 song sheets thinking that that would do if people share, and I just grabbed my community singing file and thought that we would sing some of the British classics. When I arrived at the church that can hold about 300 people, 200 people were sitting in the pews staring at me, waiting for some kind of entertaining program. And that told me that there are many more royals around than we realized. I then also took the risk of having a celebratory concert in the local theatre when the Queen had her 65 years on the throne. That is a show that ran for 4 nights, all to packed audiences. Then I thought perhaps we must do something about the Queen's 95th birthday. And once again I put a concert together for that, and the tickets quickly, very quickly sold out. I then started thinking that perhaps one day, when the Queen is no more, we should do some kind of concert to remember her by, to call to mind her remarkable life, and to call to mind her amazing legacy. And here today, ladies and gentlemen, 9 months after Her Majesty's passing, we still remember her with great fondness and pay tribute to how she lived and to the lives she touched over 70 glorious years. This concert is called Lilibet. It comes from what her late sister, the Princess Margaret, called her as they were growing up. Sadly, the Queen lost her mother and her sister in the same year, 2002. It was particularly tragic because in that year the Queen was also expected to celebrate her 50th anniversary on the throne, her golden jubilee. That year, of course, went down with mixed emotions. On the 6th of February 1952, now just for interest's sake, I would like to see, by show of hands, who was actually around back then. So if you were born in 51 or before, please put up your hand. Oh, I'm sorry I asked, it's okay, you can put your hands down. Those of you who were actually alive in the early 50s. On the 6th of February, His Majesty King George VI died after a failed lung operation, and the Queen was, of course, at the Treetops Hotel in Kenya. And ironically, she was the last one to know that she had ascended the throne because the telegram failed to reach her in time. The rest of the world, including the colonies and the Commonwealth at the time, already knew that they had a new monarch. She then, of course, rushed back to London at her earliest convenience at Heathrow Airport on the tarmac. All Britain's greatest were ready to claim her for themselves. One of the great statesmen, of course, being Sir Winston Churchill. Today we look back not only on 70 years of her glorious reign, but we remember the person, her beauty, her dignity, the ways in which she worked for reconciliation, justice, and unity. Besides, not only do we remember her, we also need an excuse to listen to some of these exquisite favorites that have stood the test of time. I welcome you into this space, being pleasantly surprised to see how many of us still hold the Queen very dear. As the program unfolds unannounced, I trust that your hearts would be filled with love and peace, perhaps even tidbits of comfort, as we pay tribute to her late Majesty, but also as we allow these beautiful songs to wash over us. For as Thomas Carlyle said, music is after all the language of angels. I tried to keep the program mixed to make sure that everybody is happy. You will see that there is even a war medley included, simply because the Queen was very much active during those awful war years in the 40s. I've included even an Afrikaans medley. I just couldn't resist. Of course, Her Majesty always held South Africa very near to her heart, simply because this was, after all, the country in which she had celebrated her 21st in 1947. So I trust that this program is going to fill you with every imaginable good thing, and that you will leave here strengthened and inspired. Thank you.
one is all a war medley. If you know the word, if you know the tune, please feel free to hum along or sing along.
Okay, so now a little bit of audience participation, simply because the tickets were cheap and I thought you were going to get away with too much. So now you literally have to sing for your supper, okay? I don't know how well known these songs are, but we're going to give them a shot. Surely everybody knows. Here we go. I can't even play the piano in Afrikaans, ladies. How's this one? start rehearsing, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to listen to a special piece of music now, and this one I would like to dedicate to the late Prince Philip, who, of course, according to Her Majesty in her own words, had been her strength and stay all those years. He died about 18 months before the Queen, and she never quite recovered after having lost him. This piece accidentally was sung at my parents' wedding in Somerset West with the attendance of 300 guests on the 10th of October 1979. And it's called God Bless You. The program would continue unannounced, but perhaps just one last comment about the following item. It's called Zadok the Priest, and it's the iconic coronation anthem composed by no one else but Handel for the coronation of George II in 1761. We have just had the honor of listening to it firsthand at the coronation of Charles III on the 6th of May. I was wondering if it still would be included, and it was, and of course that choir at Westminster Abbey did spectacularly. We are just a few to try and put it together, ladies and gentlemen. I also don't have an orchestra, so we're going to have to listen to a recording, I'm afraid. But be comforted, this is the best recording out, so I'm pretty sure you will still enjoy it. Zadok the Priest. sung at every British coronation since 1761. It's quite something. Rose of England. Of course, by the time Her Majesty the Queen died, she was still head of the Commonwealth, which consists of 54 countries. Of 16 of those countries, she was still the head of state. We are going to sing some songs, a mixture, a medley if you like. When there are words that appear on the screen, that means you need to sing along.
Southerly, southerly, southerly,
ladies and gentlemen. Now, I just want to put this warning out there. It's going to be a terrible rush to serve 250 people a cup of tea and a cucumber sandwich. So if you want to get to the restroom, perhaps this is simple enough an item to skip. I mean, how important can waltzing Matilda possibly be? So we're going to be celebrating Australia as part of the Commonwealth, but if you need the gents or the ladies, I suggest you slip out now. It's going to be quite hectic trying to get you all done with coffee and refreshments. And I've just done a head count. There are actually 251 people here, so I will forego my cup of tea. Waltzing Matilda, and then a 20-minute little interval, but I have a funny feeling it's going to be longer than 20 minutes, but we'll see what we can do about it, okay? Also, I have this music in a very high key. We have an organ which can transpose. I know that there's no chance of you reaching a top F. So I'm going to turn it on this magic organ into the key D, which is much more manageable. We sing together.
Thank
Don't worry, you will have an opportunity to make up for that when we sing Land of Hope and Glory right at the end.
She calls
Wednesday morning in July called Lilibet. I cannot tell you what a privilege and what a pleasure it's been for us to have you here. Like I say, you could have been anywhere else in the world this morning, but you chose the end of Royal Street to come and spend these few hours with us. And I can tell you that from our side, we would also not have wanted it any other way. I'm always encouraged to see when music is done and how much people enjoy it. We live in harrowing times and we find ourselves in a very challenged country. But the strength we need and the care we need can more often than not be provided by beautiful music. And this is always my aim. I think I said that in the program. It's never just my dream to put a couple of songs together and then hope against hope that people will come. No, it is also always my intention to bring people together so that they can in community find inspiration and reassurance. This morning, although the numbers were good and although the snacks were delicious, would be considered by me to be an utter failure if you leave here still feeling down and still feeling lonely and still feeling sad, if that is the way in which you entered here today. I trust that what we have presented to you has brought you some upliftment and some hope, even if it's been only a little bit. I don't want to keep us for very much longer. I know the retirement villages in town all serve lunch at 12. So I need to get the bulk of you back to where you've come from, if you know what I'm saying. But I do need to take a very, very precious moment to thank those who have made me look better than I am and who are the real geniuses behind a program such as this morning's. I want to thank people who have become very dear to me almost overnight. They have added such great value to my life and such enrichment to today's program. I want to call to the front Joshua, firstly. This is the first time that he has performed for me, but I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, that it won't be the last. Thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you for your time. Such a good spirit. May God bless you. Second, I would like to call Cornel up now. I suppose I have to let the cat out of the bag. I don't know if him being a dominie's son has anything to do with his voice being so powerful. Cornel, he is the son of... in Honduras, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, he is a performer in his own right, and he's really blessed us with his talent today. We lacked a female singer. I needed something sweet to balance out the program, so I had to import a performer all the way from Stanford, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very, very much. It's lovely to meet you, and this is especially going to be the last time. Thank you. And now, of course, a very special friend of mine, she regrets to this day that I rocked up here in Hermanus and just owned her for myself. You know what they say, what would gin be without tonic? What would Tom be without Jerry? What would Jekyll be without Hyde? My very own Nona Stoffberg, everybody. Quite arguably and quite clearly the most talented musician that I have ever come across. Her guidance and her giftings have blessed me in more ways than I can describe, and her friendship to me is also something that I will treasure for years and years and years to come. This program, ladies and gentlemen, was rescued, let's use that wording, was rescued by Lona. So I want to thank her from the bottom of my heart. Peter, the nice things I say about your wife, I will always say with you present. Okay? You would have seen in the program there's an advert for a concert of a different kind. Lona and I oversee the Pro Musica Choir, which is also our local pride and joy here in Hermanus. Please take note of those dates for those performances. For those who don't want anything churchy, I might as well put that disclaimer out there now. It's not a religious program, so there will be a mixture of everything. We are working hard to make it a great success, and I really trust that you will support that in great numbers, either here on the 23rd of July or at Onrus Dutch Reformed Church on the 6th of August. The only thing left for me now is to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for having come. It would have been a disaster, an unprecedented disaster, if we had practiced and put together all of this, and me having got up this morning at 4 to break extra cakes and all of that, with no one here. I don't think I would have got over that if we had to sing to empty pews this morning. So please know that your attendance here today is something that I value very dearly and very fondly. I trust that we will see each other again sooner rather than later, so that we can make some more beautiful music together. Thank you very much. We will, for a very long time to come, remember those poignant scenes we saw on our television sets between the 8th of September and the 19th of September last year, as Britain and many, many millions across the world mourned the death of somebody we felt we knew, somebody who had in some way or other become a part of our daily lives. So I want to end this concert by the traditional announcement that would have been made at Balmoral and some of the other royal residences on the day the Queen passed. The herald or master at arms would have said, "The Queen is dead, long live the King." But perhaps we want to say today, the Queen might be dead, but her memory will live in our hearts forever. Thank you once again, and Godspeed.
Bevan. I think